Okay, welcome everyone. It is Wednesday morning and we are here with Power Partners United and the Women of Power, giving our weekly trainings for everyone, not just the Women for Everyone, but hosted by 4 amazing women in the platform, starting with me, of course. I'm very shy. And then Miss Cynthia Alvidrez, Miss Crystal Yim, and Miss Isela Bonata. I said it right, I think. Isela. All of the ladies are on, and we are here back again this week to share with you guys and hopefully give you some values and some tools, tips and tricks, not really tricks, but tips that you can use in your power business, in your solar business to move your business forward. So on that note, as you all know, for all of our returning people, we like to always start out the meeting with a moment of recognition. We like to inspire and share with everyone else that joins us. And we like to talk about how we grow our business and where we get that business from so we can hopefully give value to people. So this is the moment, this is the time where we jump off of mute. I ask someone to share with us. Have you had a new electric bill, a new seller join the platform, a new ambassador join the platform? What about that tier 2 training? Anybody completed that tier 2 training and now they can do their deals on their own? Who wants to share with us today? Who's not shy? Isela or Chris, one of you two.
Yes, I have a win for this week. So I've actually signed on my first builders. So that's super exciting. I did my first training with the office yesterday and definitely looking forward to that new season of working with the builder. So yeah, that's definitely a win for the week.
Yes, definitely a nice stream of solar business, a new builder in California, right? Where they got to have solar. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you for sharing. Where'd you find that builder? Do you mind sharing? Where?
Well, it was through networking with real estate agents, right? But through that networking, it took a few months. I met the wife and connected with the wife who is in real estate. And from there, she had mentioned her husband owned a builder company. So she connected me and been working with them for about 3 months. And finally, we got started with them. So
awesome. Awesome. Yeah. That is a good win. Thank you for sharing that, Chris.
Of course.
Thank you. Thank you. Isela, did you want to share with us?
Yes, I want to congratulate Marissa Ulloa. We closed the follow-up last week. We presented and we followed up and we closed it. I went to a fire station also to do a solar presentation. So I actually closed it at the fire station. And then also to my mentee, Rafael Ramirez, this is our 4th deal together. And I'm trying to, part of being a mentor is to have our mentees spread their wings, and I don't know, he's so intimidated. And I'm like, push, you could do it. So he actually was able to close this deal on his own. I'm very proud of him. And then also remember, post on social media. If you don't get your customer to reach out to you today, they will. I had a professional comedian, he's very famous, who reached out to me who I had connected with a while back. I found a connection with him. He has the same last name as my grandmother. So I always say, hey, primo, hey, primo. So finally he reached out and he goes, you're the only one I trust because you know somebody that knows somebody. And, he doesn't want to give his information to just anybody. So he trusted me. So I'm going to build a solar proposal for him and his wife. So I'm really excited about that.
Nice. Amazing win. Showing how that follow-up in social media really helps our businesses. I love it. Thank you for sharing that with us, Isela. Thank you. Thank you. Anyone else have a win? You want to raise your hand or just jump off mute? Share that win. All right, Barry.
Okay. A couple of things. After midnight last night, I received 2 years worth of electric bills from this, the wife of a movie producer in Malibu. Unfortunately, they're going to be gone for a month. So she sent me those in advance. They're going to Africa and then they'll be back and hopefully we'll be able to get that deal done. That was a referral from a guy I went to junior high and high school with that I ran into again at my high school reunion, and he's been referring me business. He knows a lot of high-powered people apparently, so that's a good thing. Also, I talked to 15 new people last night actually, or yesterday morning, and then last night. 13 was at a new networking meeting. It's called Team, similar to a BNI, I had never attended any of those. So I attended one Zoom in the morning. And there were 13 people that I spread the news to there. And also a couple of them were in real estate and mortgage. I gave them the information for tonight's meeting as well. Then I went to a seminar dealing with retirement and taxes last night. And the host of that meeting needs solar for his house, because he was talking about it's very hard to get tax credits. And I raised my hand and said, well, it's actually not as hard as you think. And then everybody in the audience was taking note of that. So I don't know who I'm going to hear from that. So I think it was a very productive day, and hopefully it'll turn into money.
Amazing, Barry. Thank you for sharing that with us. Barry, how long have you been with the platform?
I've been with the platform since June, and it's been a little bit of a slow process for me, but I'm out there, as you can see. And so when things start to hit, it's going to be nice. I have a few, pending right now. I'm hoping I can, bring those home. Everybody is a procrastinator. And so I just have to get them off the dime. It's always hurry up and wait. And, but I'm loving it, and definitely promoting it. And as far as tonight's webinar and the last two, I promoted that on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, text message, not only for the last few days, but again, starting this morning as well. So
awesome. Thank you for sharing, Barry. You've been with the platform since June. I see you're already a tier 2. So obviously the things you're doing works. It's working. And you joined Team, which we just did our training with the About Team and other networking groups just last week. So awesome.
Yeah, I didn't join it yet, but I joined the meeting.
That's a good little tip there, right? You can join and visit, I think, a couple times before you actually join. And you still get to connect and meet with people.
There you go.
So I'm going to give a little a win that I had, and then I'm going to go to Miss Kathy. But one of my wins was, as you guys know, I'm in real estate. And so the big event tonight that you hear Barry talking about is geared towards real estate agents and lenders that are in the industry. And in preparation for that, I was visiting real estate offices and talking to them about solar. So I visited an office yesterday. It's a very good friend of mine. She owns a brokerage. She signed up on my team a couple months ago, but just really hadn't done anything yet. I went to their office. I did our presentation, the same one I do for homeowners, to show them how we can help their clients. Not only did she finish her certification that day, there were 6 agents there live and another 4 agents on Zoom, and all of them are signing up under her. I've got a proposal tonight already from one of them. So that was a really big win for me. I've been working on that relationship, but just sharing about solar, sharing about how you can integrate that with real estate. I obviously invited that entire office to tonight's meeting, where little tip, I have a video playing tonight, so you guys get to see a little video that I did with Powur tonight based on real estate and my story a little bit. So yes, I did want to share that win. That was a big one for me. Very trusted friend and professional, and a very good real estate office. So now I'll let Miss Kathy, we got a few more minutes. I'll let Miss Kathy go, and then maybe there's one more after Kathy, and then we can jump into our training.
Okay, so this week it's a little win, but I'm going to celebrate it anyway. I've been networking, virtually networking for about 30 days. And on Monday, just doing my thing, like being consistent, I ended up having 2 real conversations with the one-on-ones I had on solar. And, I learned how to flip the conversation. They shared about their business, and then I started asking open-ended questions to them about their house and their situation, and it turned into me asking for the bill. Now, they were hesitant, gave me pushback on that, but at least they're in my pipeline to follow up with, and I know that they are interested in doing it. And if I wouldn't have asked open-ended questions to dig deeper in the one-on-one, I wouldn't have accomplished it. So I was happy about that.
Beautiful. And that is an amazing win. There's no such thing as a little win, right? All wins are wins. Thank you for sharing. Kathy, how long have you been with the platform, if you don't mind?
Since July.
Since July. Okay. And you're already a tier 2 as well, able to do your personal.
I made tier 2 in my first 30 days with no solar experience or anything like that. I just believed in the product. And like I mentioned in a meeting, I called my warm market. I was determined. I was like, I'm doing this. I don't care if I'm embarrassed or uncomfortable. I was calling movie producers and things because of my background. Because everyone was gonna know I sold. I didn't care. Everybody was gonna know in my Facebook list that Kathy King sells solar.
Amazing.
So
Amazing. Thank you for sharing that. In just 30 days, you're already at tier 2. So, thank you for sharing that story. We do want other people to see the power of the Powur platform. That's funny, power of Powur platform. But what the platform can do, not just for us as sellers on the platform, but also the homeowners and people that need to go solar. And so we've got time for one more. I see Claudia has her hand raised. Claudia, the floor is yours.
Hi, how are you? I just wanted to share my wins for this week. I've had 3 ambassadors joined. And then on here, I invited my cousin, Veronica Lopez. She actually wants to become a seller. I told her about the program and she is super excited. So I invited her to learn a little bit about the solar panels, and then I'll guide her with the help of Chrislyn and Daniela to move on into a higher level.
Amazing. Thank you for sharing, Claudia. You've been with the platform how long, Miss Claudia?
A couple of months.
A couple of months, and already inviting other sellers and sharing the beauty of it, right?
Yes.
Amazing. Thank you for sharing. I see some hand claps out there. Thank you, everybody, for those wins. Please come back next week and share some more. But at this time, the moment we've all been waiting for. This week, the focus of our training is door knocking with the wonderful David Perez, who is blessing us with his time, with his information today. He works with Chrislyn very closely. So at this time, I'm going to turn the floor over to Miss Chrislyn, and she's going to intro our speaker.
Yes, thank you so much, Marissa. Thanks everyone for joining us. Today is such a treat. David is a super amazing mentor. He's actually my sponsor. He sponsored me into solar, and he's been such an amazing mentor in my life, and not only mine, but as well as others that's part of our team. He really takes the time to teach us and really makes us understand the value in everything that we do. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome Mr. David Perez to go ahead and train us with his door knocking skills. He's super awesome. Just so you guys know, this man can go out door knocking with his son and get a bill in the first door that he knocks at. We've all experienced it. We've all witnessed it. So make sure you lean in, get a pen and paper, and take as much notes as you can. David, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Hi, everybody. Good morning. Good to be with all of you. I'm really excited for the opportunity. I want to shout out all the amazing mentors and Marissa for putting these trainings for you guys together. It's it's all about the trainings. I remember when I first started, how I still try to not miss trainings, right? Because they just help us accelerate our career and get there faster. So I'm really excited to be with you all today. So today I get to just share a little bit of information on everyone's favorite subject, door knocking, right? So what I want to know is who in the chat has had the opportunity to go out and door knock for solar. So go ahead and put it in the chat. Give me a 1 if you've door knocked for solar. Let me see. Just want to know who's had that experience. Nice. Okay, cool. So awesome. A few of you have tried it out. So that's the best thing. When you go out and you try it out, then you're going to be able to learn a little bit today. And today my hopes is whether you've door knocked before or you've never door knocked, I want to give you guys a simple pitch and something that you can get started today. I believe that if you're ready to take your solar career to the next level, by this training today, there's going to be a few of you, not all of you, but there's going to be a few of you that are going to add an additional 10 presentations in the month of November as a minimum, and you're going to close an additional 2 to 3 deals in November because of this training today. That's what I believe. So I hope that I could add some knowledge to you guys. And let me go ahead and share my screen. Let me see here. All right, can you guys view my screen? All right, nice. So door knocking like a pro. I'll share real quick on my door knocking experience. I've trained a lot of door knockers. I come from a different industry before solar. I had a home security company for many years where we ran like a dealership, and we had door knockers, telemarketers, and all kinds of different ways of marketing. So when I first transitioned to solar, to be honest with you guys, I didn't really want to like hit the doors. Not something I was super excited about. But as I started going out there and I started kind of getting, some action, I saw like, wow, like this is something that I could really do to generate extra leads. So when I went out there, I tried every pitch that's out there. So I've tried like the never say solar pitch, right? We see those on YouTube. Don't mention solar. I tried talking about like, hey, just lowering people's bills. And I was getting some results, but I wasn't getting the results that I wanted. So then I really, really got to work, and I was like, man, like, how could I simplify this? How could I be real transparent, get to the door, and be able to create trust, and be able to just be to the point where homeowners will see like the authenticity, and to help generate more leads. And this is what we've been kind of like working on. So in my opinion, there's no right or wrong pitch when it comes to door knocking. It's just about simplifying it and being straight to the point and being direct. So why door knocking? Why do I think door knocking is good? Number one, it's free. There's no cost, right? You could go out there and generate as many leads as you want, and you don't have to pay anything. That is the goal when you first go door knock. So the goal is to generate leads, fill your pipeline, and have more contacts, more people to follow up on, more people to talk to. So just having more contacts. I like the fact that you go direct to the consumer. So you go direct and you interact with the consumer directly. You get to kind of experience what they know about solar, whether they like it, they don't like it. So that's really good, and it keeps you sharp. So I love that about door knocking. It keeps you sharp. It keeps you on your toes. It keeps you learning, and it's a good way. Now, mindset. This is to me the most important part of the door knocking. So to me, when it comes to door knocking, and even in sales in general, 80% of it, of your results, has to do with attitude and mindset. So today we're going to help coach you with the 20%, which is what to say, how to say it, how to be at the door. That's the 20%. That's the simple stuff. That's what we get here in all the trainings. That's what we're getting in this training today. We're getting some of the 20%, which is, how do I apply this? But when it comes to sales, to me, the most important thing, 80% of it is your mindset, right? If you think you could go out there and door knock and be successful, then you can. And if you think you can't, then you won't. So it's entirely up to you. You're the one that decides that. So number one, when you're going to go out there and you're going to hit the doors, you have to prepare yourself mentally for what's going to happen. You have to tell yourself, like, regardless of what happens, I'm committing from this time to this time, whether it's 2 hours, 1 hour, whatever time it is, you're going to commit. You got to eliminate all the excuses and distractions. Have a schedule, extremely important. Be disciplined. So when you have a schedule, make a commitment of the days that you're going to knock, and be out there for that time frame. So what does that mean? That means that you're not going to Starbucks. You're not like that. That could happen before, right? You're not going like, wow, oh, I need an energy drink. Let me go to 7-Eleven real quick. And then there goes 45, 30 minutes of your time. No. Have a schedule, be disciplined out there, create energy. So you have to hype yourself up. So one of the first things that I do when you go to an area, say you're going to door knock and you go into an area, your goal is to get out and hit your first door as soon as possible. Don't walk to the first door, kind of power walk to the first door, right? You want to create energy, because it's like the first knock is always the hardest. And then don't get back in your car until you have a good conversation with the homeowner. So you keep walking and walking and walking until you have a good conversation with the homeowner, because now you're engaged, now you're warmed up, now you're excited, and now like your blood's flowing, so you feel better about, getting started. And then set goals. So what I mean by set goals, have high expectations. When you go out there, believe that you're going to get appointments, that you're going to get bills, and go out there with those goals and you'll see results. So a lot of times, there's people that door knock, but they don't have any goals. Like, if your goal is to get 2 bills, then commit. I'm not going to leave till I have 2 bills, right? If your goal is to get 5 bills, whatever it is, commit and hold yourself accountable. All right. So that's the 80% right there, the mindset. So you have to work on that. And then we're going to give you the 20% today. So here's some helpful tips. Something that I love to do when I get to a neighborhood is I like to go to a home that already has solar. And I like to have a conversation with that homeowner, like, hey, how long have you had it? Are you happy with it? Have you recommended anybody yet? And you know, they love to talk about their solar. Homeowners that have done the switch love to talk about their solar. You'll find that most of them have had a great experience. There's a small amount that haven't, you know, that they didn't like their experience, but for the most part, everyone I come across with is really happy. And then I ask them for permission. Is it okay to use you as a reference in the neighborhood? And most of them won't mind. You know, I even let them know, like, hey, if anybody in this block goes solar, I'll give you like a $200 gift card just for using you as a reference. So now when I'm knocking, I'm talking about, you know, Mrs. Jones that lives on the street that's had solar for 4 years. And they might know her. They don't know me, but they know her. They know she has solar. And now I have a reference point in that area. Now I don't like misinform them saying that like we did their solar, right? I just let them know like, hey, they've had solar for X amount of time. They're happy. I don't know if you ever talked to them about solar, but this is what we're doing. So now it gives you more credibility. Don't be a salesperson at the door. You're not there to sell solar, right? So I've never sold anybody at the door without a proposal, without a bill, just by showing up. So like, don't be a salesperson at the door. Don't be a solar pro at the door. What I mean by don't be a solar pro, don't talk about how amazing solar is. Just engage in a conversation. Don't let them, we don't want them to feel that you're trying to sell them. So you're there to have a conversation, engage with them, and find out what they know about solar. So don't talk about the different panels. Don't talk about how our panels are better or this, or like the different inverters. Just keep it extremely simple. These homeowners, more than likely, most of them are going to go solar once in their lifetime, right? Or they might move, right, and do it again. They might add some panels, but most of the homeowners that we're helping out, we're building out the system correctly, and more than likely, they would go solar once in their lifetime. And so you just want to, you know, keep it extremely simple, and you're there to create curiosity. So that's the whole goal. The whole goal of door knocking is just to create curiosity. You just want to get them curious about solar. And to be honest to you, like, if you have a good attitude, and you go out there and you're smiling, and you're just asking homeowners, hey, are you guys interested in solar? You're going to get appointments. You're going to get bills. Like, you don't need to have a script. Now, all this is going to be more helpful to help you generate more bills. But most homeowners, they're already curious about solar. They've already seen the ads. They've seen the posts. They've seen the ads on Facebook. They've seen the posts, right? They shop at Home Depot. They see the solar booth at Home Depot, right? When they walk out of Costco, they see the solar booth at Costco. And they're already like wondering, like, you know, like, is it good? Is it not good? Why are people getting it? And so you're coming right behind all that marketing, all that advertisement. You're coming right behind it, and you're going to generate some leads. So your job is just to get them curious about solar, right? So what I tell homeowners is always like, hey, it's not like, hey, you guys got to go solar. We're going to save you a lot of money. No, it's just like, hey, this is possible. We might be able to help you. When solar makes sense, it's really good. And this is what happens. But that's the whole key, where if it's a good fit for them, which we don't know. Okay, guys. So this is the sales process. You all know this, real simple. So we get a bill, we set the appointment, right? We present the proposal, we qualify the client, we sign paperwork, and we do it again. This is my sales process. So I keep it extremely simple. I like to do it over and over again. And the reason why these aren't yellow is that, to me, these are the most important. Getting electric bills and setting appointments is the most important thing that we do as solar professionals, right? The presenting, all the paperwork, everything on the back end, to me, that's the easiest part. So you want to get really good at getting electric bills and setting appointments. And you want to get really good at it. It's real simple math. If you want to, you know, how many families do you want to help in the month of November? It's right around the corner. I know December isn't over, but you should start having your goals now. If you want to help 4 families, in my opinion, you got to set anywhere between like 15 to 20 appointments if you want to help 4 families. and then you go backwards. So this is the process here, real simple, guys. And you guys ready for the $1 million pitch? So here it is. You guys can screenshot it. Real simple, guys. It's four key factors. So it's who you are, who you're with, the reason why you're there, and then we gauge their interests. That's it. So I worked on different pitches and I've simplified it. And my goal was for it to be duplicatable. There's a lot of other things you can add to it. There's no right or wrong way of saying it, but I want it to be really simple where someone that's never door knocked in their life could take this, learn it, and could go out there and use it today. So some of you in this training today, you could go out there and apply this today. So it's who you are, who you're with, and why you're there. Right? So who in here doesn't know who they are? Who doesn't know their name? Raise your hand in the chat. Right? Right, we all know that. So hey, good afternoon. My name is David. I'm with Powur. The reason why I'm here in your home today is I'm going to be helping people in this community, in this city, go solar, the next few days. And then I like to gauge their interests. Have you considered going solar? And then you pause. What are the two answers that they could give us when we ask them that question? They could either say, yes, we've considered it, or no. So if they say yes, guess what? You're about to set yourself an appointment. 30% of homeowners that you talk to, where they're at the door and you're talking to the actual homeowner, they're gonna be interested in just getting a quote and taking a look at it. 30% of them. So that's without you having to pitch. That's without you having to convince. That's without you overcoming objections. You're gonna come across, I would say that for every 10 homeowners that you talk to, but they're having good conversations, I would say between 2 to 3 of them are gonna be like, you know what? Yeah, we've considered it. Or yes, we got a quote. Or like, so you're already gonna collect bills just by going out there. Just by learning this right here, you're gonna collect bills. Just by having a good attitude, smiling, right? Going out there and having a simple conversation, you're gonna be able to collect some bills. Now we're gonna learn how to overcome objections and we're gonna learn some of the other stuff. But to me, like this is it right here. So real simple, guys. And then you get into the close. So once you let them know why you're there and what you're gonna be doing, you're gonna start the close of the appointment. So to me, this is the most important question that I ask a homeowner is, hey, Mr. Homeowner, how much do you pay to your electric company monthly? What's your average bill? And then you wait. When a homeowner answers this question for me, when they give me a dollar amount, I pay 150, I pay 120, whatever they're paying, I pay 400. The moment they answer this question, in my mind, this is someone who's open-minded, and this is an appointment I'm about to set. Every time a homeowner tells me what they're paying monthly, then I know I'm gonna set this appointment. Does it always happen? No. My goal is to be so good that anyone who doesn't have solar, that I'm able to at least talk them into taking a look. I believe it's possible, right? And so every time you're engaging in a conversation, the moment the homeowner says, hey, I pay, $130 a month, then this is an open-minded person. This is someone I want to spend time with, and I'm about to collect this bill. So to me, this is the start of my sales cycle. So that's the start of my sales cycle. When a homeowner answers this question for me, they don't know that they're in my sales cycle, right? And then always get a dollar amount, right? When you have the homeowner say like, you know what, I'm not sure, my wife pays it. I always get a dollar amount. Mr. Homeowner, I understand that your wife pays it, but the last time you glanced at a bill, what was the amount? I mean, do we care about the amount? Yes, it's helpful, right? We're looking for people that pay at least $80 here in California, which it's everyone. However, it's not even about what they pay. It's just I'm seeing if this person is open-minded. If they don't answer this question for me, and they're like, I don't even look at the bills. I shred them, right? They email them to me. I never open it. It's on auto pay, and they don't answer this question for me. Then they're not open-minded. Then I just go to the next store. Right? Like, it's just like, cool. Like everyone knows, everyone has an idea of a bill that they paid in the last year, right? They at least glanced at it. And then once they answer this question, you let them know, Mr. Homeowner, I'm going to be in the area. dropping detailed savings reports that's going to show you 4 things. I want to do a proposal for you that's going to show you 4 things. As you guys can see, I got to update this, right? So it's how many panels would you need when you go solar in the future? We're going to show you how many panels you're going to need. That's number 1. We're going to show you how much your monthly payment will be with solar, right? Because and then I'm kind of like selling it right here. Solar is a lower payment and it's a fixed payment. We're going to let you know how much your home qualifies, how much your project would qualify as far as the federal tax incentive. That's 30%. I don't know if you know this, but there's a tax incentive where homeowners are get incentivized for switching to solar, and it's 30% of their project. So we'll let you know exactly what your project would qualify for, and then we're going to find out if your home is a good fit for solar. So fortunately, 2 out of 3 homes in this area are not a good fit for solar. And we would know that. If it's not a good fit, we'll let you know, and at least now you know, right? And then you close them. This is the close right here. Is it, Mr. Homeowner, is it okay to work on your report? So you have to close them. Don't wait for them to say yes. So I see a lot of solar pros or like just salespeople in general. They have a great presentation. They're engaged in a great conversation, but they don't know how to seal the deal. They don't ask for the sell. They don't ask for the appointment. They don't ask for the close. You have to close the customer. And this is the close that we use right here is, Mr. Homeowner, is it okay for me to work on a report for you? There's only 2 answers that they're going to give you. They're going to say, sure, yes, or no. And right. And we don't control that. And if they say yes, you just got yourself an appointment. Right. And so this is the process right here. But remember right here, this is the key right here, just asking them what they pay monthly. And then, right, we do get some objections, right, at the door sometimes. There's people that had a bad experience. Most of the objections that you get, I won't get too much into it, you get in the beginning. The moment you ask them, have you considered going solar? Then right there, that's where people could start throwing you objections, whether they know of a friend, a family member that's done it, or, you know, they heard some rumors, and then you could address it right there and then. And you want to be ready for them. So when you go out there, you know, when I first started doing this, like I hadn't done solar before, so I didn't really know how to overcome my objections. So there was times that like I would stay stuck, but that's okay because that's how you learn. And then I would look up the objection and then I'll be like, man, it would force me to get better. Right. So don't wait to get better. Go out there, take the activity, do the activity, and then you'll get better as you go on. Right. So, but you do want to learn, you know, a few of the objections. And, you know, there was different solar programs in the past. So there could be like, it's just engage in the conversation, hear them out, and then girlfriend, you could be transparent. Like, you know what, I've been doing this for a year, or you know what, I haven't been doing this long, but that's a great question. Let me write this down. I'll make sure that we address it in our appointment and just, you know, set the appointment. That's where you're going. That's why you're there. So acknowledge the objection, let the homeowner know. So if they say like, you know what, we're not sure, I don't think we want to do it right now, just let them know, do the takeaway. And then this is, I always do this at the end. I pull it back and I'm like, hold on, give me a second. Like, you're already saying no, we haven't even shown you the report. Mr. Homeowner, when we do this report for you, there's only going to be 1 or 2 things is going to happen. When we show you the solar proposal, you're going to see that solar is a great fit. Now you and the wife can discuss it. And now you know your exact numbers, or we're going to find out that solar is not a good fit for your home. I don't know that, but I want to like work on the report, and we're about to find out. And then I go for the close again. What's the close? Put it in the chat. Who knows the close? Right, Mr. Homeowner, is it okay for me to work on your report? That's it. So you take it back and you let them know, because there's times that they're like, oh, I don't have any money right now, or it's not a good time, or so then I just pull it back and I ask them, hey, do you think you might go solar in the next 5 years? Is that a possibility? Is that something that you guys might do? I started using that maybe a few months ago. And most homeowners, they know they're going to end up doing it, but they feel that they have years to do it. They feel like it's just something that they're like, oh, we'll get to it eventually. So I let them know, like, hey, is this something you might do within the next 5 years? Yes or no? You know what? Yes, I think we probably would do it within the next 5 years. At some point within the next 5 years. Okay, perfect. Now's the time to take a look at it. Why? Because solar is amazing right now, right? We still have good rates, right? The cost of the equipment is down. Like, don't wait to look at it. Just look at it now, and at least we'll know, because your home might not even be a good fit. And you know what I mean? So let's at least find out. So this and then I let them know, we're gonna do a report. It's a detailed report with the design. Our company works on it. We have engineers that work on it. We work on the design. It costs us money. And we're gonna do it for you. We're gonna customize it for you. And we're gonna come by, we're gonna go over it with you. And you're not gonna pay anything for it. Right? Like, our company doesn't get upset if you don't do it, if you don't go solar. But we don't want to work on a report unless you're open to taking a look at it, because it does cost us money, time and money. So I let them know that. Why? Because I don't want them to feel that I'm just going to be in the neighborhood dropping off, these printouts in their mailbox. So you want to make sure that you know that, right? Like, you want to make sure that you set that expectation with them. I tell them that it's pretty much like 90% done. But when we come back, I have 2 or 3 questions to help them finalize it, just about their home. And then I let them know that I want to go over it with them to get the proposal done. And then we set the appointment. So you're just getting them curious about the solar. You're just letting them know, like, what pretty much what's happening in the area. So when somebody says, yes, you know what? Yes, you can work on my report. To me, this is very, very important, how you get the information. You know what? Go ahead. I'll take a solar report. I'll get a proposal. Go ahead and work on it. When you're getting the information, to me, this is the way I like to get the information. I get their name, get their phone number, confirm their address and their email address. So to me, name and phone number are the most important. So some people like to ask for the bill right away. I don't. I like to ask for the bill at the end. The reason is that I want to ensure that I have their information and it's a lead. So there's times that what could happen is that if you say, I just need your bill, can you go get me your bill? And if they don't have access to their bill, then they could it could get complicated. They're like, you know what? Just give me a card. I'll call you. I don't have it. I'll give you a call if I get it. So to me, you want to at least secure the lead, right? Before you have an appointment, before you have a bill, you want to secure the lead. So you want to get a name and phone number, right? Confirm the address. And then at the end, I ask for the bill. By the way, Mr. Homeowner, do you get your bill emailed to you electronically, or do you get a physical copy through the mail? You know what? We get a physical copy. Awesome. I just need your most recent bill. Just if you could go inside and grab that for me really quick, please. Right? You say it in a polite way. You're a professional, right? It's going to feel a little awkward. It feels awkward for me. You're not, it's never going to not be awkward, but you're a professional and you need that to work on your design. Don't give an explanation of why you need the bill unless they ask for it. So there's times that you're asking for a bill and you say, hey, can you go get your bill, please? Because right there's going to show me this, it's going to show me that. And you're like giving the explanation where they might not even need it. They might not even ask you for it. They might not be a big deal. Oh, you think you could grab that bill for me? And then you just kind of wait and you're there. Oh, I have to look for it. Oh, no problem. You know what? I have time. I'll wait if that's okay with you. Right. And so you want to be a professional. You just wait. At that point, I'm acting like I'm writing things down. I'm already busy either way. Well, right. They could go out and look for it. And let them know if they say that to get it on the phone, then have them log in. Can you log in? So I do everything I can to try to get the bill right there and then. If it's not possible, hey, no big deal. I'll shoot them a text with my card and I'll let them know, hey, as soon as your wife gets home or as soon as you have access to it, can you send it to me? And then I'll remind them later on that evening. But at least now I have a lead and I have the information. So once you have the bill, even if I don't have the bill, I'll set the appointment. So I'll set the appointment and I'll let them know, like, hey, no big deal. We could get the bill later. And then just give them 2 options for the appointment. Let them know, like, hey, I'm going to be back tomorrow. We could do this time or this time. Or if you're going to be there Saturday, whenever the appointment works for you, whenever you're going to be there, set the appointment, like give them a time, make them move it. Like, you know what, that day doesn't work. This day is better. Awesome. Right. There's times that I don't work on Sundays. So if a customer says, you know what, we're off Sundays, can you come by Sundays? I'll be like, yeah, you know what, I should be able to do that. Awesome. You know what I mean? So I'll try to move it sooner. But if for some reason I see that like that's the day that they want, then what would happen is I'll take their information, I'll work on the report, and then I'll call them back and I'll try to move it up sooner. So you just want to keep it real simple. You don't want to get too complicated with the schedule. They're already busy. Homeowners they love solar once they understand it. The reason why a lot of these homeowners are not interested is because they don't know it and they don't understand it. A homeowner or a person is not going to be interested in something they don't know and they don't understand. So don't expect for them to be interested. Most of my clients were not interested, right? When I get a homeowner that says, you know what? Yes, we're interested. We have an appointment next Saturday. We want to get another quote. You know what? I want to help them out, but I get most excited when I see a high bill, someone's never gotten a report, because I know that we're able to make more money on those. And these are customers that technically they won't shop you. Once you help them out, once you educate them, for the most time, they won't really shop you as much. So when someone's already looking into solar, they're going to shop you. And it's okay, because we know we have the best pricing, the best equipment. So we don't shy away from that. But you're there to generate. These are individuals that, have you not knocked on their door, they probably wouldn't go solar for another year or probably even longer, or they probably would never do it, right? So these are typically homeowners that are not going to go online. They're not going to fill out a survey. They're not going to set an appointment for a proposal. So you're going and you're finding these homeowners that are out there and they're already curious about it. All right, guys, let me see here. So I think we're almost done. These are a couple apps that I use. So Landglide, Parcel, Canvas you pay for monthly, and Sunseeker. Parcel is really cool. It's a free app that gives you the homeowner's name. So when you go up to a house, you get their name. Normally when I'm at the door, I don't show up to a house name dropping, because to me, like, they get all spooked out, right? So so I don't get there like asking for the homeowner. I go up there, I have a conversation with them. As I'm talking and I engage with them and I see interest, then I'll go into the app and get their name and then I'll be like, hey, are you Robert Gutierrez? Yes, I am. Oh, awesome. Yeah, I have your data here. So now they know who I am. So these are some pretty cool apps. Landglide, you pay for monthly, but these will give you homeowners' names at the door. So we'll save this for another day. Overcoming objections, right? So just when overcoming objections, we want to acknowledge the objection, right? Whatever it is, make sure that you address the concern and make sure it's a real objection. And then, so here you go. So what I like to do in scenarios, guys, I'll give you guys this right now. In case you haven't done your first sale yet, you could use this example. So when a homeowner's in the fence about it, they're not sure about it. Like, man, we don't know if we're going to go solar. I don't really want to take a look at it. I'm not that interested. I let them know about a real scenario that I helped the customer. So I let them know, here, Mr. Customer, I was able to help a family in your area. This is a real customer here. One of the last families that we helped, we took them from paying $182. We got their payment down to $107 a month, fixed. And this customer is going to save over $54,000 in the next 25 years. And they also got a tax incentive of $8,748. This customer, just like yourself, really wasn't interested. It wasn't until they took a look at the numbers that it made sense, and they decided to go with it. So once we show you the numbers, if it makes sense and it's, the timing's off, it's all good. We just want to put that information in your hands. And I do let them know, like, hey, by the way, like, the reason why we're doing this is that the more reports we do, the more homeowners we talk to, the more families we're able to help out. Some homeowners decide that day that it's a good fit. Hey, and we get it started. Some homeowners, they decide to wait. They end up calling us back. Some never do it. And that's okay. Like, that is our goal. Our goal is to help you guys go solar if it makes sense. So I do set that expectation, but let them know when I come back with the report, I'm not going to bring a truck full of panels ready to install you that day, right? Even if you say yes, right? Even if you say yes, Mr. Homeowner, and we get you started, it's about a 45 to 60 day process. So it's a process. I wish it was faster, but it takes time. And then we kind of go from there. So, well, let me think about it. Well, absolutely, we want you to think about it. So let me work on your report. Let's show you the numbers. And now you have something to think about. Because right now we still don't even know if it's a good fit. So you want to remind them, like, you want to let them know, like, we just ask that you keep an open mind, right? You do keep an open mind, right? You can do that. And right. And so that's all you're challenging right there. Like, you just want them to keep an open mind. And at least take a look here. So this is the process step by step. So, if you guys want to screenshot this right here. So break the ice when you get to the door, just a simple icebreaker, get them to laugh, right? Do your pitch, let them know what your goal is with the report, close it, right? Close the appointment. and then you get the bill and you do it again. So that's it right here. This is all in a nutshell right here. Extremely simple, guys. So that's all I have for you guys today. I don't know if you guys normally open up for Q&A or
Awesome. Yes, we will actually open up for Q&A. Are there any Q&A questions specific to the door knocking process? We have a little time for a couple of those. Anybody?
have
I have
several.
I have a comment. I appreciate, David, you're exploring this. Oh, sorry, I think I'm off. Oh, here you go. That you're honest when you knock at the door, because I had a son run the knocker yesterday. My mom answered the door and she said, have you had an opportunity to change whatever, something about changing her meter? I'm like, oh, here we go. So that was interesting that she went all around what she did. So I finally came up to the door. I'm like, do you do solar? And she said, yes. So anyways, I got her card to recruit her. But I'm saying, I appreciate that you're just open, honest, without any, to try to trick the homeowner to get to the point and what you're doing. So thank you, David, for that.
oh yeah, 100%. So I've heard those pitches. I'm not really like, if that helps them and that's good for them, you know what, that's awesome. But my goal is not to get a bill. Our goal is to sign a $50,000 contract. And I don't think that, like, not being transparent up front is going to help me do that right in the back end. So that's we go and we get the bills with that in mind for sure.
I've got several questions.
I have just another comment.
Okay.
David, I'm sorry, Barry.
That's okay.
Just another comment. I wanted to say, what an amazing training. First of all, thank you so much. This is Cynthia. I don't know if you can see.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah,
If
there's a lot coming from you, Cynthia. Thank you.
Yeah, you know what I never thought of is that those leads, like David said, are not as likely to shop around because you're coming to them when other people are already interested. That's something that I never really thought of. And so I learned something today. So thank you for that. And I love that you just keep it simple. Like Isela said, I've had door knockers too, and it's frustrating to our clients too, because clients are smart at the door. They know,
Yes.
And when we try to trick them, it's not a good tactic. So I love that you lead with transparency, and thank you so much for your training today.
Cool. Thank you, Cynthia.
Okay.
I do see a couple of questions in the chat. David, what are some of your icebreakers?
You know what? I was just talking to someone on the team about this. I'm not that good at the icebreakers, but I have to work at it, right? There's some people that are really good at them. So I'll just compliment them, on their home or like, their grass. But if anybody has any good icebreakers that they want to share, you know what? Let's go ahead and share them on the chat, because I like to learn some. So I just keep it simple. Yeah. So I have to. If you're normally like just like funny like that at the door, you're gonna do amazing. Like I have to kind of like work at it.
Got you. What is the best time of day to door knock? I think I know that answer, but I'll let you answer.
The best time of day to door knock is the time that you can do it.
So
like for example, like let's say that like on Tuesdays you have like appointments and you normally can't door knock in the evening, then go out in the morning. Like it's better to go out there, have some activity than to have no activity. So I've sold a few accounts actually that have it not been for me knocking in the morning, like I would have never sold them because they work at nights and stuff like that. So yeah, so typically in the mornings I like to like cherry pick. What does that mean? Is like if there's where I see cars, that's what I'm looking for. Cars, activity, anytime before 2:00, right? I'm going to neighborhoods where you see there's people home.
Nice.
Yeah, but 5 to 7, I would say 5 to 7 is when I'm door knocking. If I go out there, I don't set any appointments between that time. I set the appointments for before, after, because that's the time that a lot of people are home. If you can, yeah.
Got it. 5 to 7 or any time basically that you're
Pretty
available.
much, yeah.
I think Barry had a question.
Yeah, I had several, one of which was just answered. So that part is good. And I think maybe the times might vary on weekends versus during the week, as far as people being home or not being home. But the other thing is you run into a situation where these homeowners, or at least in neighborhoods I've been, where they get inundated with door knockers. And not only that, just solar door knockers. And it's like, oh, here's another one. How do you get around the closing of the door in your face because you're just another one of those?
Yeah, you know what? You really don't. To me, like it just shows that if you do come across one, which you will, it's just to the point. They know why you're there. So if you get the door slammed in your face, like, okay, awesome, you go to the next one. But I believe that you're going to find one. And a lot of reps, they kind of just warm up the neighborhood for you, right? Like if they were there before, they were dropping off flyers. Like I personally wouldn't, like, if you like an area and you're having activity, stay there, whether they've been door knocked or not. At least now they know why you're there. And I think it even gives you more credibility because it's like more and more people are coming by. Why? Because a lot of neighbors are switching. And I'll let them know that, you know what, we keep working this area because we know you have high bills. A lot of homeowners are switching. And you know what? And then I'll ask that question. Do you think you might switch in the next 5 years? No, I'm never going to switch. Okay, awesome. Have a good day. And then you go to the next one. You know what? Yeah, maybe we might do it. And then you get into your presentation. Well, how much do you pay, right? Even if they talk to somebody that day. So a lot of times when there's door knockers, these companies are just sending people out there. They're training them a certain way, but they're not like really connecting with homeowners. So if you're connecting, you're going to see results.
The corollary to my question on that is, how do you pick a particular neighborhood to start door knocking in?
That's a great question. I just you know what, when I'm knocking by myself, because I do that a few times, I go out with other like reps, but I would just do where there's like, I like to do a new homeowners list. So I'll go like on Redfin, I'll check out the new homeowners list. I like the area. So I wouldn't do like too high end or like too ghetto. I like to stay like in between. Why? Because I don't want like any fences. Then, you know, there's all these dogs and you can't get in. There's a lot of renters. Yeah. So just keeping it real simple. And then and if you get an area where you're getting traction, you're getting results, you're setting bills, don't move, like stay there and do it over and over and just move blocks down. And so like, for example, when you get a bill, I didn't share this, but when you get a bill, let the other neighbors know, like, hey, I'm going to be with Mr. Gutierrez. I got his bill. I'm working on his report. I'm going to be there at, 7. Could I come by at 8 o'clock? So the fact that you're already collecting information in the neighborhood, that gives you more credibility and they don't want to be left behind.
Yeah. Lastly, you run into situations where you need permits or you need a do not solicit list from the city.
That's a good question. Just to be transparent, I really don't look that up. If as long as you're being polite at the door, you're being transparent. Like if somebody like it's when you're like not really listening to homeowners. Just say someone says like, hey, we're not interested, and then you do ask why. You want to kind of overcome it, but if you see that they're really just like not in the mood, then you just go, oh, have a great day, go to the next house, and you won't have any problems. But you do want to check with your local city. Some cities, like it's not that expensive to get a permit. So yeah, I do encourage everybody to do that if you can.
Yeah, I know in the Villa Park, for instance, they have a strict do not solicit list that they expect you to have your hands on. You don't want to be getting fined over there for that.
Yeah, so you know what? If you were to do that, though, that gives you credibility. If you go out there, you get the permit, like, that's going to be like a turf that you're going to work. So you let the homeowners know, by the way, we have a permit, we're approved to be here. So I think that'll help you out. Yeah.
Awesome. On that note, right before we are going to stay open for more questions, but we want to be respectful of everyone's time. We've got maybe 5 minutes left. And I just want to make sure you guys come back next week and that that we're going to have the wonderful Kiara Smithy training us next week. Exactly. Wow. From who said wow. She's doing it specifically because the Women of Power asked her to do it. And she's going to be helping us and giving us tips on how to grow our team with power. And that trophy that you see in her hand right there that she's holding was because in 2020, she was Power's top recruiter in the platform for 2020. And so she has said that she would grace us with her presence next week and come back and train us on that. And so on that note, we are going to go ahead and stop the recording. You guys, please stay around. As long as David has time, we'll ask more questions. Thank you for taking the time to watch the Women of Power training series. I hope that you got some great value out of that video, and there's much, much more where that came from. Listen, if you'd like to join Power or find out more about this awesome and amazing platform, please feel free to reach out to me. My contact information is in the description. I look forward to connecting with you real soon. Have a great day.